Lions TV, this is your match report for the game that took place earlier today in sunny, sleety, freezing fucking cold South Bermondsey at the Den. The under 23s were in action and they are back on track, winning 1-0 over Peterborough and ended a run of around, I think, 3 or 4 straight defeats for Kevin Nugent's side previous to this game, which is unlike them, but good to see the young Lions back on track. I was at the game. I had to go straight from the Den to pick the kids up from school. I've been McDonald's, I've been to the arcade, I've been bowling, I beat them as well. Shock. A 15-year-old and an 8-year-old, why am I so happy? I don't know, but I am. And I'm bringing you now this match report. Late doors on a Friday night. Let's start out with the starting 11. It was Jordan Gilmore in goal. Flat back 4. Bessart Topoloj left back. Hayden Muller played right back and played 90 minutes. Centre of backs were Arthur Penny and one of 2 trialists in the game. Centre midfield was Ryan Leonard and the other trialist who looked mysteriously like Jaden Davis. And at one point I thought it was we had 10 men until I realised there was 2 very similar people looking on the pitch. Jaden Davis, the real one, played left midfield. Connor Mahoney played right. And Abdul Malik played as a 10 in behind lone striker Zach Lovelace. There was only one winner in this game, if I'm honest with you. We was on top from start to finish. Poor finishing and lack of product, final ball. Kept the scoreline probably a little bit lower than it should have been. We started the game at a really good pace. You know, we always look attacking the 23s. We sort of were a lot more gung-ho than the first team, and that's why I enjoy watching them. A lot of exciting players, a lot of players that are very good on the ball. But our end product was sparse, or decent end product was sparse in the first half. And if we did get the ball right, then the finishing had a little bit to be desired. Good early chances for Lovelace. His shot was saved, comes out to Mahoney, forces another good save from the keeper. Hayden Muller made a good run into the box, had 3 or 4 bites at the cherry and couldn't convert. He was unlucky on that occasion. And shot from distance as well from someone else who I can't remember that was pushed over by the keeper. But not an unbelievable amount of attempts on goal. Jordan Gilmore at the other end was very, very rarely troubled. I mean, trying to think of a chance in the first half that they had. Peterborough, I think they put a cross into the box that got shanked and he had to come across quickly. He tried to get there and he had to cover his near post, and in the end it went into the side netting. So not a lot to note going forward for Peterborough, but as I said, Nugent will be happy, and his assistant Paul Robinson with a clean sheet back on the ball, been shipping quite a lot of goals lately. So we're heading towards half-time. It's going to be 0-0. Good to see Ryan Leonard get 90 minutes under his belt. That's only a good thing for the club and the first team. Connor Mahoney looked lively. It's a shame he's leaving the club in the summer, but he was still putting a shift, you know, going forward, very, very sharp. I know it's it's not the level we want him to succeed at, but just good to see that he's still giving it his everything and still putting in a shift defensively. He's tracking back, and it's just a real shame he's going to be leaving the club. But anyway, move on to players that, well, hoping will stay at the club. Zach Lovelace, I was actually laughing to myself at points. He's 16 years old and he's just absolutely bodying people, bullying them off the ball, barging them, knocking them over. All fairly as well. He's just a very old-fashioned type centre forward. Big battering ram, but he's powerful, he's quick. He just looks a level above that level already, if you know what I mean. And he was unlucky, he's getting in the right areas, but those cutbacks from Mahoney or from whoever didn't really come off, but he was going into the box, then pulling off his defender, getting in space, but unable to get on the score sheet. He then went off injured, limped out the game. It's so frustrating. I know, no matter what level your players are at, you don't want them injured. He's been in and around the first team, yes. Now others are back, Afobe, Ojo and Bradshaw. He probably won't be involved as much, but we definitely don't want an asset like Lovelace injured. He goes in for a challenge, I think it was with a keeper, and he doesn't really get up. He did hobble off, looked like a problem with his heel to me. It was definitely lower leg / foot heel. So he limped out the game just before half-time, and they left it till half-time. They replaced him. 2 substitutions were made. Lovelace off, Sean O'Brien on in a 10, and Abdul Malik pushed up front. And the other change was Seb Drozd on the left, come on for Jaden Davis. We started the second half on the front foot as well. A little bit less pressure maybe, but knocking the ball around, Mahoney pulling his strings. And it's eventually we get the breakthrough through the 2 substitutions. Good ball over the top from Bessart Topoloj. Intelligent run from Seb Drozd. His first touch actually lets him down, and that sort of carries him back onto his other foot, which allows the defender that he got the wrong side of to get back on the right side of him. But he gets it back onto his left. His delivery is deflected up in the air over everyone and arrives beautifully at the back post for Sean O'Brien to convert from 2-3 yards out. He looks absolutely over the moon, O'Brien, and I'm buzzing for him because He was at the side today. He has been injured recently, as has Dross. So it's good to see them both back involved and both back involved in the goal as well. But yeah, Sean O'Brien, really good talent. I earmark him and Nana Boateng as our hottest prospects of the 23s. I don't really count Hayden Muller in that because, in my opinion, Hayden's already surpassed that standard, although he is currently back in the 23s after his loan spell at St Johnstone. So, buzzing for Sean. Good to see him get back on the score sheet. He didn't look at his best, and I'm assuming that's his lack of game time. And I'm hoping, as I said, the reason he was on the bench, as was Drozd, is that they haven't been around it, injury-wise at the minute. Drozd is one I really like, and we got him from non-league Uxbridge, and he's just, where he's gone in, and he ain't done a scholarship, and he hasn't, and he's been playing men's football, should I say, non-league football. He's very raw, he's very physical. Every time he gets the ball at his feet, all he's interested in doing is hurting the opposition, and I'd like to see him get more opportunities. I think he's definitely worth pursuing more with than some of the others that are there. Are they going to remain nameless? No, fuck it, they're not. I'm not going to be, I don't like to be harsh on the youth. I don't like to see I'm digging out one particular player. But Abdul Malik is actually out of his depth in the 23s. He can't make anything stick, ball into feet, loses it every time. He can't beat a man. I don't know why we've taken him back. But we have. But I personally like to see, us pursue more with Seb Drozd as a long-term, investment or interest for the club. And obviously Sean O'Brien, definitely. As I said, Ryan Leonard, 90 minutes under his belt, fantastic for us. Again, wasn't at his best, but hasn't played a lot of football. He's been out since November. Just good to see him get through it. And Mahoney as well, played well. Other than that, the back four, the goalkeeper very rarely troubled. Late in the second half, was it late in the second half? No, it was about 10 minutes after we scored. I think we scored bang on the hour. One chance for Peterborough, comes across the box from our left-hand side at the end where the away fans sit. Met by the Peterborough striker, fires close range, tries to go back across Gilmore, should probably try and hit a corner a little bit more, but it's very close to Gilmore's feet, and there, as an ex-keeper, he's the worst ones, because if they're very close to your feet, it's hard to get your leg out, but it's too close to quickly try and get your hand down. But he does really well, Gilmore, stands up to the task, makes a really good save, and keeps it at 1-0. The two trialists, one was a centre-back, didn't see a lot of him, as I said. The other trialist looked very much like Jaden Davis, tough tackling, centre midfielder breaking up the play. I don't know who he was, but I thought he did very well. Would like to see more of him. But as I said, that's your lot for the match report. Good to see the Young Lions back to winning ways, and we focus and switch our attentions to tomorrow's away trip to face Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. A win for the Lions will see us move within 3 points of the hosts, who are currently third in the division. Massive day tomorrow. I'll be there. See you there if you're going. Enjoy your weekend if you're not. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.